Hello everyone, welcome back to Cyberwhale and I hope you all are doing well. And in the previous video of the part 2 and part 1 that we have discussed regarding the web app hacking and its exploitations, we have basically discussed about the web app hacking basics, and the in the part 2 we have discussed about the OWASP top 10, which was regarding the top 10 vulnerabilities that have been discovered and have been documented by OWASP organization, that was known to be the Open Web Application Security Project, and a project. And I have discussed all of those 10 vulnerabilities in the previous video. And as for the part 3 video for today's session, we are going to discuss about the hands-on session and hands-on of the part 3 of all of these, you can say, web app hacking and the web app hacking basics, or OWASP top 10. And for this particular session, guys, I'll be using PortSwigger Labs to show you how we can perform, because I have not much used PortSwigger Labs, so I don't know how to perform things over there. I'm also learning with you in this process, and I'll be sharing the learning experience that I am facing. The problems, we'll be seeing some solutions, we'll be seeing some videos, or you can say also it might be possible that we also be reading some kind of reports in order to perform these perform these vulnerabilities or exploit these vulnerabilities through the you can say through the PortSwigger lab. So let's just learn and hope on to the PortSwigger lab. If you do not have any your account yet on the PortSwigger lab, just go ahead and create it so that you guys can understand how to perform and how to do it. So firstly, you'll just go to PortSwigger lab, create your login account, and after going to your account, just see there are five options on the header, where you can see there is an app option about academy. You can directly go to academy and you'll be seeing these few things, that is dashboard, learning path, latest topics, all contents, hall of fame, and get started and get certified. For get certified, you can give your exam, practice exam over here. You can also give a Burp Suite exam for this particular thing if you wanted to. But for this video, we are going to discuss about the labs, because we are going to have a hands-on session of how to perform or exploit these vulnerabilities. There are, as I have already told you, there are several kind of web app hacking topics, in which there are server side topics as well as the client side topics. Look, as you can see, in the server side topics, we have authentication, path traversal, command injections, business logic vulnerabilities, information disclosure, access controls, and many more. And same goes for the client side vulnerabilities and topics, which we are going to cover in this particular video session. And you can see how to perform it, and you can practice more of yours into this particular platform onto this particular platform. You can just come, you can just log in, have your account set up, and then just practice as much as you can. Even it gives you a handy you can say research study topics about it. You can just go to academy and you can, let me show you, yeah, you can see over here from it's because I haven't used it much, so I don't have much of my progress score in this particular thing. I'm also new to it, so though I have done so many of them, but it is still showing very least, so just ignore it for now. Yeah, you can just go to here, view progress, and you can just click on it, and you can just resume your journey after it. And that's how you can learn things. There are even, you can say, just give me a second, I'll show you. You can click on path traversal. What is path traversal? And resume. You can resume it from here. You can see here is an access control, or you can see here is labs showing on. After completing your lab, you'll be moved on to the access control module, and you'll also be able to see a module which is going to teach you what is basically path traversal or what is basically access control. So it's a very good platform. You can just go ahead and check on PortSwigger, and that is going to help you a lot. So I'll just get back and I'll show you to go to the, you can say, labs. We'll just do the labs because it's a hands-on session, so we'll be just learning and solving the labs. Just give me a second, let me get it back. It's taking a bit time, I guess my net is a bit slow, so just let it be. Yeah, on dashboard we can see there are several topics, from where you can just go to all content, click on all labs. And if you guys want me to have a hands-on journey with you guys, so that while I'll be completing my hands-on journey on PortSwigger. If you want me to create a video, I'll share all of the top or lab topics to be covered. And if you want me, just drop down the comments in the comment section. I'll just create a whole video of as many as I will be able to complete all the labs and to show how I am solving them live. Or if you want me to go live for this, you can also tell me about that. That is totally on you. If you want me to create a whole new video about all the labs that while I'll be solving, I'll be sharing my insights over it while solving live, how I am taking my help from where I'm taking help. Rather, it could be from the Google reports, or you can say HackerOne reports, or from the reports of the particular PortSwigger labs, or the write-ups, or you can say the videos I'm watching that are given into this particular lab sessions inside the labs, or either it could be for the apprentice or anything. You can just let me know. I'll just create a video as for it, or else I'll just, after completing the CEHV13 module, I'll just launch a whole video if I would be able to about all the labs that is going to be completed in the PortSwigger. I'll myself complete them and I'll show you from where I'm taking help, that so that you can get a hold that how to prepare for yourself and how to complete the labs if you are stuck somewhere, or if you are not stuck somewhere, that's as well. So moving on further, firstly we are going to do an SQL injection, as we have studied about the injection in the OWASP top 10. That was the first topic that we have covered in the OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities. So I'll just start with the apprentice. I'll just take an 1111 lab from each of the modules so that you guys can understand how to do it. The lab name is stating that SQL injection vulnerability in where clause allowing retrieval of hidden data. That means we have to see that the hidden data is how we can retrieve the hidden data in where clause, and where you can find this where clause, we are going to see it. So the lab is stating a description that is giving this lab contains a SQL injection vulnerability in the product category filter. That means there is a lab in which there is an SQL injection vulnerability, where you can see in the product category filter there is a user selects a category, the application carries out a SQL query like the following. That means you can say the user selects a category. Whenever on the lab user is selecting a category, the applications carries out a SQL query, kind of this kind of SQL query that application is loading onto the page, and to solve the lab, perform a SQL injection attack where that causes the application to display one or more unreleased product. So what we have to basically do in this particular task is that we have to perform an SQL injection attack so that we'll be able to see the unreleased product on that application, or you can say the lab. Firstly, we'll try to solve it on our own. If we are not able to solve, then we'll come back to here, we'll see the solution or the community solution. Until and unless you are able to perform, you do not need to see the solution. Where you feel like you are lost and you are not able to, you can go for the solution then. So before we proceed, we'll just click on access the lab, and it's as it is opening over here, I'll just copy paste it in my Firefox browser, and then I'll open up my Burp Suite as well so that I can just show you how to perform it. Just give it a second till the time it loads. As I haven't done it, but I have a bit of a knowledge about it, so we can see how I will be able to perform it. It's a lab ID, so I'll just copy and I'll just paste it in my Firefox browser, and then we'll just see. Okay, let me just open up my Burp Suite as well. Yeah, proxy, you can say the repeater, whatever. Now I'll just put on and enter, and then we'll see what we can perform. Intercept is on. Just give me a second. Let me on my intercept. Yeah, after opening my intercept, that I'll just reload it, and then it is saying what that module was actually saying. Just give me a second. Yeah, here is the module. The module is stating, or you can say the description is stating that when the user selects a category, whenever this user selects a category, so we need to do what? We need to just open up the category. Let's say clothing, shoes and accessories, or you can say, okay, let's just open gifts, as it is stating select this from products where category is gifts. So we'll just work accordingly, and released one. This means it is stating, this query is basically stating that we have to select all the products from the category of gifts. That means we, from the category of gifts, we need to open up, we need to select all the products where the released is number one. where the product is released on one or that kind of. So we'll just open up gifts. Okay, my intercept is on, so that's why it is showing. Just give me a second. Yeah, it is showing category gifts. You can see here is the category gifts, and here you can see we are able to see something or not. Let's just forward it first so that we'll be able to see the category page, that gifts page. Yeah, here you can see. Okay, just give me a second. Let me also, because I am also doing it for the first time, I also don't know. It's raw, guys. Whatever I'm showing you over here is totally raw, and I have also not done it earlier. So look here, it is showing only three of the uh, accessories inside the gifts module, or you can say three products in the gifts category. So we'll just see now, as it is stating what it was stating. Okay, yeah, here it is stating that when the user selects a category, we have selected a category, the application carries out a SQL query like the following. So that means we have to look for this kind of query. And where we can look this kind of query, either it could be in the URL, we can say. Are we able to see it? Yeah, look, it is showing the category is equals to gifts. So now what we have to do is we have to check on. Just let's check. I'm doing it for the first time, guys, and please, please, please do not perform it in a malicious way. It's for educational purpose only. So please take care of this thing, and you guys are not going, I believe that you guys are not going to use it for any attacking purposes or for malicious purposes. I truly believe you guys, as you guys have been so sincere and obedient from the last few times that I have uploaded video. You guys have seen so many videos of mine, and I always state that do it for the sake of security purposes, not for the educational purposes, and not for the malicious purposes. So let's just see if we are able to see any. No, here we aren't able to see. Just give me a second. Let me see what we can do. Okay, if I open up view details, okay, it is showing me the product ID 6. Right, it is showing me the product ID, but what's the use of product ID when it's not showing me the, okay, this one, product where category gifts is in released one. Is it showing me? Let's just see. It is just showing me that the filter is category gifts. We are looking for the, okay, just see till the time we'll see what we can do from where category gifts. Okay, proxy. It doesn't matter anyhow. It doesn't matter anyhow, guys. So we need to see that it is showing us the product ID, but we don't need to open up the product ID, and we have to just get back to this. Just give me a second. Let's see what else we can do. Just try to opt every solution and everything till the time you are able to reach that particular thing. So I'll just reload it and capture. This is showing filter category gifts instead of category gifts. Okay, let's just try what they have said to us. Okay, just give me a second. Yeah, it's here. Product where category, select this from product. When this user selects a category, the application carries out a SQL query like the following. Okay, I have opened up, but it is not showing me anything. SQL injection attack that causes the application to delete. Okay, let's just see first here if we are able to perform anything. Let's just copy it. This is a kind of query, so we can also try copying it and just try it over here. Yeah, gifts. Or what we can do is we can just try intercepting this in the category. We can just copy paste the what we got and just try. I'm just trying every possible thing, guys, because I'm not that good right now. So okay, we'll just do it. If it shows us the, it shows 500 internal server error, so it's okay. I think I should now see for the solution because I'm getting stuck here. What I can do is just to check on what I can perform here. Okay, let's just try, guys. Let's just try. Don't lose hopes until and unless you are able to find something. We'll try every possible thing. It is showing product ID 11. It was showing the product ID 6 and product ID 11, and it is showing product ID 16. There might be chances that there might be product IDs as well. So we'll just see what product IDs, either we have to play with the product ID or what we have to do. We'll just try. Okay, just give me a second. I'll try putting on some solution for this thing. Let's just send it to repeater and we'll try doing something with the. Okay, let me open up my repeater. New release. Oh no, not right now. Okay, here we see that there is an application. Okay, document. It is stating document, navigate, same origin, fetch. It is showing here gifts. It is showing filter. We are in the category of gifts, we know that. It is showing the cookie session as well. So we have to basically play with the category, guys, because it was stated now that we have to play with the category. Look, here it is showing products were category gifts. And okay, now let's just try to see for the solution what it is stating. Okay, look guys, I was stating now that it is said that we have to play with the category parameter. So I was saying right, and I did the correct thing by intercepting and modifying the request that sets the product category filter. So we send the product category to what basically repeater. You can also just directly intercept by changing the category filter, and we'll just try it. We'll just copy paste it and I'll show you how we can do it. As I stated you earlier, my idea was right, guys. Might be I wasn't able to, but my idea was totally right. I was not stating you wrong thing. So what we'll do it in the category, we'll just modify it, control V, and we'll just try to send it and we'll see whether it will show us there. Yeah, look, it is showing us the 200. Okay, that means it is going to work. So what we'll do is we'll just request in browser, or you can just show response in browser, and we'll just copy this particularly and I'll open it in a new page, or you can do is what, you can just copy paste it there as well. Now if my intercept is working, okay, look guys, this is showing that it is working because this particular query means that it is saying that as we know that 1 equals to 1 is true, so it is showing that every other statement that is going to be in the category form is going to be true. This is what the basic meaning of this particular query is, and you can see we are able to see so many other unreleased products as well in this gift category. So that's how we are able to solve it. And now what we can do is, we after submitting this request, now what we'll do is we'll just forward it, and we'll be, I guess, able to solve this lab. Okay, resend. Let me just repeat it. No, it's not showing me where I'm making mistake. Yeah. All one. Submit the request and verify the response now contains one or more unreleased. Yeah, so our lab is completed because we are able to see this. Look, because this query is stating that either this or this. That means whatever we are keeping it here, 1 equals to 1 is always true, because we know it's a mathematical operation and 1 equals to 1 is true. So that means we are stating that either this or particularly this thing, it should be true, and we can and that's how we'll be able to see this. So after seeing the response, we are able to see the unreleased products as well. So let's just click on view details, and look, it is showing product ID number 10. That means we are able to see it. So forward it. Just that's how you can solve it. Look, it is solved. So congratulations guys, you have solved this lab, and that's how you learn things, guys. Because I was stating that I have to play with the category field, because it was stating there is something malicious with category field, and it is showing us the category, what we can do or what we can try to attempt on this particular thing. So that's how you basically think out of the box. Every time when you get some kind of hint, just try to think out of the box for that particular thing, and you'll be able to find something for it. So that's how you can play with the SQL injection, and where you can see the where clause, you can retrieve the hidden data as well. So that was it for this particular SQL injection vulnerability. Now I'll be moving on to the another one. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah, so that's it for this SQL injection vulnerability, and we have solved this. If you guys are not able to understand how I did it and what I did it, you can just drop the comment. I'll just get back to you. Now let me just clear off my intercept, and I'll show you for the next one. Now we'll move on to another one, and as we have seen how to perform the SQLI, okay, I'll take one more example, but we have to cover up a lot of stuff in this video only. So I'll just go to back to all topics, and I'll just all labs. I'll just cover up any other vulnerability for web app hacking so that you guys can understand how to perform other as well. So are you guys ready to hop on to the cross-site scripting? You guys might have heard about cross-site scripting, that is XSS, and it was also one of the common vulnerabilities in the top 10 OWASP vulnerabilities. So we'll just go for cross-site scripting. Look, it is not showing here, or it is showing that we have solved this. Now moving on further, we'll be just going on to the apprentice, and we'll just click on it. Reflected XSS into the, we have to just reflected XSS into the HTML context with nothing encoded. That means there is nothing we have to encode into this particular, and we have to find out a reflected XSS into HTML context. In this particular lab, the description is stating that this lab contains a simple reflected XSS scripting vulnerability, that means XSS vulnerability, sorry, in the search functionality. That means there is a search functionality into that lab particularly where there is a reflected XSS stored inside of it, and we have to solve this lab by performing a cross-site scripting attack that calls the alert function. So we basically have to do is we have to call the alert function in order to check whether the XSS is reflected onto that particular lab or not. So what we'll do is, again, we'll just access the lab, let it load, and I'll just go back to particular Firefox of mine, and I'll show you how to perform the XSS, because I truly personally like XSS, performing XSS using payloads in the search functionality, as it doesn't ask for so much of things. Like, it doesn't ask you to open up your Burp Suite sometimes, and you will be able to see. So sometimes you have to open Burp Suite for the XSS, but in some cases you don't need. So we'll just copy paste it here, and I'll just enter, let it open, and I'll just close that from there particularly. Yeah, just give me a second. I'll just close it. Yeah, I'll now show you how to use a payload. Now you can see there is this lab particularly, and we what they have stated, there is a search functionality in that particular lab. Is it stated now? Let me show you. Yeah. Sorry, this lab contains a simple it have stated that in the search functionality, and we are able to see here a search functionality. We are given the hint. So what we'll do, so in simpler terms, guys, whenever you are facing any kind of website and you have a search functionality over there, always try whatever you can in order to find your reflected XSS. So that's how you get a hint while you are performing in the real world scenario. Because it is not a real world scenario, you have got a hint, but many of the times it will be seen that you won't be able to get any kind of hints and you are stuck. So what you can do is, basically, you can just search for the reflected XSS reports on the HackerOne, or from any kind of write-ups from the Medium or InfoSec write-up. So you can go and check in from there, but before you proceed there, you just always have to keep in your mind that you have to do it on your own. So while you are performing it on your own, what you have to basically do is just come here, check if you are able to see a search functionality. Always try for an XSS first. At least try. You are never too late to learn things. You are never too late to try things. So here it is. Firstly, what I'll do, I'll just try an alert payload. I remember one of the payloads, so I'll just enter that payload over here. Let's say script alert and one. I want one as an alert to pop up while I just you can say I enter onto the script or malicious payload into the system, or into that particular script functionality, sorry, search functionality. As we have first, I'll also explain you this you can say payload. Firstly, I wanted a script to be loaded onto this search functionality where I have created a script function, and then I want the alert to pop up. Okay, Control Z. Yeah, where I want to one as an alert to pop up. what is it happening? Yeah, where I want this one to pop up as an alert, and after that you can see that this is script. I have opened the script to create a function, but now I also need to close it. And how will I close it? By using a backslash. Now you can just click on search and you'll be able to see, look guys, we are able to see now that the alert pop up for one, as I stated that it will pop up one as an alert. So that's how we solve the lab. That's it for this particular cross-site scripting, and we have solved the reflected accesses. That's how you can basically find out that uh, you can basically find out the reflected accesses into HTML context with nothing encoded. So that was it for the reflected accesses into HTML context, and that we have already solved. Look guys, for this particular thing I don't even need to have my solution. I didn't need to read any kind of module. That was easy, because and some of the time you might even stuck, so don't get confused at how to do it or how not to do it. You can look here, it is also showing us into the URL. That's what basically mean is reflected accesses. Whenever you are able to see the accesses onto your onto your URL, that means the reflected accesses. Sometimes it would happen that you won't be able to see it and you might get confused where how it is accesses, but the pop-up alerts you. So that's how you get to know that it is a reflected accesses, because it was showing in your URL. So this is it for reflected accesses. Moving on further, we'll be discussing about, just give me a second, let me just close it from here so that we'll be able to open another one, because I don't like things messed up sometimes. That's why I have so many, you can see so many browsers opened up with so many tabs. Just as we have solved this as well, I'll just reload it. And moving on to the third vulnerability, what we'll discuss about is, just give me a second, let me go back to all labs. And as we have covered the SQL injection cross-site scripting, let's just move on to the easiest one so that you guys can get to understand. Which one do you guys want to do? Okay, just let me just check. We'll just check for another one. We have done the SQL injection cross-site scripting. There are so many cross-site scripting guys. Reflected, stored, DOM XSS, reflected XSS. Again, yeah. Reflected DOM XSS, stored DOM XSS, reflected XSS into HTML context with most tags in it. There are so many kinds of, you can say, XSS as well. You can try practicing this. There are so many, you can solve them. And if you want me to solve them and create a video, just drop me in the comment. I'll just get back to you with a new video and I'll solve all of them out of in one video. Moving on further, there is CSRF. Let's just try CSRF, cross site request forgery. And as we have seen, okay, let me just open up that open top. Yeah, here it is it stating anywhere that CSRF? No, it is not stating CSRF, but you can practice CSRF as well. So we'll just see which one we have to like perform, or which vulnerability we can try on practicing. So it is stating sensitive data exposure. That means what kind of vulnerability will be covering if we are having a sensitive data exposure? Okay, let me just try to see it for you guys. Token validation depends on request method. Guys, it's a raw video. I haven't done anything with this video, so it's going to be one of the best videos that I personally like, because I'm doing everything in front of you and you can see I also don't know few of the things. As you have already seen in the SQL injection, I made a mistake even though I knew I was not able to do it. Because of lack of confidence, sometimes we're not able to do. So moving on further, we have to see is DOM based vulnerabilities. You wanna check for the DOM based or any other? It is showing cores as well. Cross origin resource sharing. Okay. I am not able to get a hold. Which one should I try for you guys? Basic SSRF against the local server. Okay, there was one na XML, XXE injection. Let's just try this. Okay. I also don't know, because this is the least I have ever practiced and this is the least one that I have ever seen, because XML XXE is I'm scared out of it most. I'll also open up my confidence with practicing with you guys, so let's just hope on to this. Exploiting XXE using external entities. Okay, it is stating that we have to retrieve files using this means exploiting XXC using external entities. While via using external entities, we have to retrieve files by exploiting XXC. We have to exploit XXC. That means we have to exploit this particular vulnerability in order to retrieve files using external kind of entities. Now you might be thinking what kind of external entities it could be. It could be, guys, a kind of password functionality or a file, or you can say the any other files. You can say this lab has a check stock feature. Okay, this the description of this particular thing is that that goes on like this, that this lab has a check stock feature. There is a kind of check stock feature that where we can check the stock of that particular thing, that how much is it or how much is it is not. So you can check it for there. And after that, we have to do is what, that parses XML input and returns any unexpected values in the response. That means when we'll be just clicking on the check stock feature, there is a parse there is a functionality of XML input, and which is returning unexpected values in the response. That means for this particular thing, we'll need to open up the Burp Suite, guys, because we have to check for the response, what kind of response we are getting from those unexpected values. So that's how, moving on further, we have to check is to solve the lab, inject an XML external entity. We have to inject an XXC to retrieve the contents of the etc password file. That means we have to retrieve the content from this etc password file using XML external entity. So how we are going to solve it? Firstly, let me access the lab and let me go through the website, because I'm scared. I'm totally scared how it is going to go, because this is not kind of my functionality, or you can say not. I don't have practiced this, so I'm a bit scared as well. But we'll go through the fear together, guys. We'll learn from the fears. That's how we are built. So I'll just copy paste it and we'll just access the lab. Just give me a second. Yeah, Mozilla Firefox. So I'll just click on it and I'll open up, and then we'll also open Burp Suite side by side. But firstly, we'll check all of the, you can say what, all of the functionalities of what particularly this description is stating us. So firstly, going through the website, we'll just click on any of the product. Let's say this giant enter key. We'll just click on view details and we'll see what it is showing us. And in on this particular thing, is there any, yeah, look, it is showing the check stock. Okay, we'll just click on this check stock and it is showing us the 206 units. That means we have to play with it. And how do we have to play with it now? First, what we'll do is we'll just go to our Burp Suite. We'll open up the proxy and intercept on, and now I'll reload it so that I'll be able to see that it's showing the product number 5. And while I'll click on this check stock, let me just click on the check stock. Okay, it is showing the product stock over here, right? And we have to do, what we have to check is for the response of this particular thing. It is showing the, look guys, it is showing XML version 1.0. Now what we could basically do is we could play with this XML version either, or the product or the store ID. Store ID we cannot play because we are onto the particular store, and we have to check for that product ID also because we want to check for this XML. So how to play with the XML entity now? It is going to show, it is showing us the response and it is showing us the XML version 1.0. So what we basically have to do is we have to inject the XML XXC. Okay, so here it is, and it is stating that to solve the lab, inject an XML in external entity to retrieve the content. Now what we have to do is we can just go on and check injection XML, okay, XXC injections. We can just click on this. We'll just copy paste and I'll just show you if it works, guys. It would be great that we are solving labs without checking for the solutions. XXC injections, because we have to inject na injection vulnerability, no injection. Okay, it is showing us the XML internal only. So what we have to do is we have to check for hacker one. Let's just see for hacker one if we're able to see. I guess we are doing it wrong. We should not be looking for all these things. It is saying, look, we have seen the same now, that we are able to see the XML version 1.0 and encoding UTF-8. That means we have to play with this. We have to play with this particular thing only, that I was stating, right, that we have to play with it. So now what we have to do is the XML parser parses this code and expands each of the entities, generating a large number of lols, because they have stated lol. Okay, that doesn't even matter. If we have this doc type malicious, okay, we can just try to put this XML malicious code over here if we are able to. So we want our code to be, okay, just give me a second. Why did I close? I don't know. Yeah, we have to release the entity of the etc password file, right? So what we can do is we can just enter this particular, and we'll be able to etc login. Look, it is showing us the etc login, and we have to check for the etc password. So what we can do is basically we just have to, just give me a second, let's see if there is anything. Yeah, store id check. Okay, let's just see for the solution as well, because I'm getting a bit confused myself. How we can do is we have to put this doc type. Let's just try this guys. Control C, and we have to do it anyhow. We have to do it, so why not check it? Stop check. Yeah, and put it this way, and after that, instead of sensitive.txt, we have to do is, okay, I just copy pasted wrong one. Just give me a second. Yeah, I just copy pasted the wrong one, because I think so. Yeah, we have to check for here, and we have to copy paste this one because we wanted to check the login defs, right? Okay, let's just try this. Hopefully it worked, guys. I am also a bit nervous now. Yeah, control V, and here we want to see the etc password. Instead of doing this, then etc pass WD, right? Now we'll just try to intercept it, and we'll see what it will show us as the result. Do intercept, response to this request, and then forward. Let's just hope for the best, guys. It is showing us the 400. Okay. Exception scanner state 24 not recognized. Okay, that means we made some kind of mistake, guys. So let's just see again. Okay, we'll now see for the solution, because I'm also getting confused now. Okay, no issues, because I have to cover it up for you guys very quickly. That's why I'm watching the solutions. If I myself is practicing, it might be a chance that I would have sat for 4 to 5 hours till the time I have cracked it. So for now, we'll just check for the solution. Look, yeah, guys, we are doing the correct thing. We are not doing anything wrong. It was stating that in the stock check element we have to write this code, and we did the same thing, na? We didn't did any wrong thing. That might be possible, that replace the product ID number with the reference to the external entity. Okay, we just have to replace it with the external, and product ID followed by the contents of the etc password. Okay, we'll just try it, because we were doing the same correct thing, guys. Look, I was telling you the right thing. I did it in the stock check itself. So okay, no issues. We are learning some way. No issues. We'll just reload it, and we'll see. It is showing the get request, but we want to see the post request. We'll just click on yeah, we got the post request, and here we have to make the change. In the stock check, we have to, okay, we have to add enter into this particular entity. Yeah, guys, we did the same thing. There was only malicious that we have to remove, otherwise it was same. So that means trust your instinct, guys. You should always trust your instinct. If you're getting that we have to do this, then you have to do this. And in the product ID, we have to change it to, okay, control Z, and with in this particular thing we have to change it with the and XXE, I guess, right? And this we have to remove. So this is for the product ID. Oh, I guess for the store ID it was, right? Okay, we'll just do it for the store ID then. Okay, let's just try for the store ID then. Okay, and XXE, and then colon, and for the product ID it stated something else to us, and we'll do that. We'll see. For the product ID, it was stating us to do the what? I don't remember. Let me see. Yeah, for the product ID number with a reference to the external entity, you just have to do this, and the response should contain invalid product ID followed by the contents. Okay, we just have to change the product ID, and in the stock check we have changed it. Okay, we just have to change the product ID. We don't have to change the store ID. Store ID should remain the same because we are looking for the store looking for a particular stock check in the. Okay guys, let me just keep it straight and make it very easy for you guys. As we are in this first in the store number 1, as we are in the store number 1 and we want to check for this particular stock of this particular giant enter key product. So what we are going to do is we have to enter and xxe semicolon, because we want to see an xxe parse. This means XML parser to run and show us the entities of the etc password. I guess this is clear. Now let me just intercept it, and we'll see the response in the request later. Let's just hope. Okay, it is still showing us the do I make any mistake, guys? I guess I'm making kind of mistake. I should take up that request into the repeater, I guess. Okay, leave everything aside. I'll repeat it again and I'll just move on. I just took up this get request. We got a get request, and now we want to check this. When we'll check the stock, we got the post request. We just I have to post. Okay, yeah, I got this request. Now what I'll do is I'll send it to repeater, and after sending it to repeater, I got this request, and in the stock check, I'll just copy paste that same request again, and in the product ID I'll just change it to and xxe and semicolon, and I'll just remove this 5 because I want to see that output for this particular etc password. Just give me a second. Yeah, this is it guys, this is it. Okay, and intercept the resulting. Now I'll just do is what, I'll just check for the response. It is still showing me. Maybe I am making some mistake in the product ID. Where is it stating product stock instead of the stock? I guess it is showing. Okay, let me just do it here. Okay, and the product ID, let's just try every possible thing what we can do is. Okay, now we got it. Now let me send it. It is still showing 404 not found. Product ID was 5 now. I'll just enter 5. Okay, control Z. Okay, just give me a second. I'll change the product over here. Wait a second. We have to check for the product ID. Why we are doing stupid things? I don't know. Okay, let me just get it again. Yeah, forward. Okay, just reload this page. Just reload it. Yeah, got the product ID in the get feature. But wait a second. Check stock for this. Check stock. Okay, I'm not getting it. Post request, I got it. Stock check. Let me just recheck it again. Post request in Burp Suite and intercept the post request. Visit a product page, click check stock, and we did the same thing. Insert the following external entity definition in between the XML declaration and the stock check. Okay, following external in between the XML declaration. Where is the XML declaration? Okay, and the stock check. I guess we have to do is what here. Control V if we are able to see. Let's just hope for the best, guys, that we manage to perform it. Okay, after that xxe, it was and now, yeah, and xxe and then semicolon. Let's just hope that we are able to do it this time. Okay, and then forward. it is, look guys, we got it. It still shows us the 400 bad request, but somehow and somewhere it gave us whole of the invalid product ID, that is showing us the etc password file that consists of the root, daemon, and we are able to see all the password and usernames who have been to this particular file and the data stored in that particular file. That is what XXE is. What we did is basically we just managed to put a XML parser, that is this exec in a vulnerability entity in bit, and what we have to do is that I was making a mistake, that I was not put, I was putting it in between the stock check and product ID. Instead I have to put it between the XML parser and the stock check in order to check what stocks are available or what are the things based on this particular etc password file. And then I gave this XXE in order to get the XML parser to show us all the etc password file stored, or the, you can say, the data stored in this particular XXE. So that's how we'll solve it, and we got this particular solution. And now what we have to do is we just have to product ID followed. Yeah, we are able to solve it. Replace the product ID, product number. The response should contain invalid product ID followed by the contents of the etc password, and we are able to catch it. Look, we are able to do it. Now what we have to do is we just have to forward it, and we are done. We are good to go, and that's how we solve the fall, if we are able to. Why isn't it showing that lab? Yeah, look, it is sure. So again, congratulations guys, after a lot of mashakkat and you can say hard work, we are able to solve it. Even I was also stuck. So learning is the process guys. I'm also learning with you, so keep on pushing yourself and keep on looking at myself, that I'm still learning with you guys. I'm also not that frisbee, or you can say pro. So that's it, and we are done with this lab as well. So moving on further, we are going to discuss another lab for this particular session, if we'll be able to. Let me just get back and let's see which lab we should be doing next. As XXE is something I truly hate doing, but I love to learn new things, so I did it with you guys. I'm also proud of myself. So after XXE injection, we are going to go back to all labs, and we are going to see what we have to do next and what is something new that we are going to learn. I guess now next is something going to be the SSTI. We can also learn SSTI guys. It is also something good. Basic server side template injection. I'll show you how to perform SSTI. SSTI is basically something based on the when you do it on the server side template injection. That means you run into the any kind of model, any kind of code or something, and you are able to see the data of the server side template. So that's what basically server side template injection is. So here you can see this lab is vulnerable to server side template injection due to the unsafe construction of an ERB template. I don't know what it is. To review the ERB document, we'll just see what it is. To solve the lab, review the ERB documentation to find out how to execute arbitrary code. We have to run some kind of arbitrary code into to review the ERB documentation, and then delete the moral.txt file from Carlos home directory. Okay, we'll try doing it. Okay, we'll just run any kind of arbitrary code. Let's just say, okay, firstly let us just do what, access this lab, and then we'll see what we can do. Just give me a second guys, let it load. Okay, just give me a second. Yeah, it's loaded, and now control C. Okay, oh, control C. Now we'll just get back to our Firefox, enter it, and we'll see what we can play with in this particular thing. Okay, the intercept is on, I guess. Let me just off it so that we can just run. Yeah, we are here, and now what we have to do is we have to run any kind of arbitrary code, any code, that means, and we have to remove the it's not opening home. Okay, view details. It's not opening. We have to run any unfortunately this product is out of stock. It is stating that unfortunately this product is out of stock. So that means we can, okay, it is popping up a message, but it in the URL. That means there is something fishy on the server side. because we are able to see the client side but we are not able to see the server side as while we are trying to open this. Okay, let's just try with another. If it will still show the same thing for that as well, then there, yeah, it is opening over here. Okay, so we can play with that particular message, guys. We can play with that particular message. Let's just try playing that. Okay, here it is showing, unfortunately this product is out of stock. So what we'll do is I'll just run random arbitrary code over here, that is, you can say 6 into 6, and oops, okay, I made a mistake. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah, control Z. Okay, I'll just enter it here, control V. Oh, control V. And if we are able to see while we are trying to open this particular hologram stand-in product, if we are able to see, and if it while we are trying to open it, if we are able to open this particular thing and we are able to see whether this runs, if it will show us 6 into 6 is 36, 6 into 6 is 36, then we'll definitely move on, and we'll be see that it is running, it is having a server side template injection. So just enter it, and okay, it is showing us, look here, it is showing us the 6 into 6, so we can play with it, guys. Let me just open up my Burp Suite intercept on. Just give me a second, guys, just give me a second. Yeah, sorry for the pause, guys. I actually got a call that was really important. I cannot just skip that call. So let's move on further and we'll see. As I was showing, that you can see here, we are able to see a 6 into 6 as while we were performing, and in the messages when we made a change. So let's just do it, and we'll just turn our intercept on, and we'll just reload the page so that we can see. Look here, we are able to see the 6 into 6. That means there is some kind of glitch with it, because it should not be showing here if even if we change the message over here. And let's say if we want to change it to 2, whether it will show us or not. Okay, control Z. Yeah, let's just try doing manipulation with this particular thing. Okay, why isn't it showing? Control Z, control Z, control Z. Yeah, it should show us, right? Yeah, it's not showing, but let's just try. Yeah, after doing this, let's just try to intercept this and see if it is showing us to not. And when we forward it, if it will show, then there is some kind of glitch. It is showing that yes, it is 200. Okay, that means it should not be that case, and it is now showing us that the 2 messages too, and that's a kind of malicious thing, and that's fishy according to me. So we'll just see what else they have done in order to try. We have to see the ERB documentation to find out how to execute it. Review the ERB documentation to find out how to execute arbitrary code, then delete the moral.txt file from Carlos home directory. Okay, we'll see the solution. Here it is saying that notice that when you try to view more details about the first product, it gets, and we actually reviewed it, and it shows that unfortunately this product is out of stock on the home page. In the ERB documentation, discover that the syntax "this is some expression" is used to evaluate the expression and render the result on the page. We just tried multiple things to manipulate in order to see whether it is showing on our server, from the server side it is showing us on the client side or not. So that was actually showing. So ERB is a kind of a documentation which will show us that what kind of syntax we can use to evaluate an expression, and here it is showing 7 into 7. What we basically did is we just try to implement 6 into 6, and we also put on the 2 also, 2 as well. So we can just try this mathematical operation, and let's just copy paste it, and I'll show you how to do it. And will you just enter over here. Let's just try to open this. Okay, view details, and as I did this view details product, and it is okay, it is not showing me now. Yeah, it is showing message over here. Unfortunately this is out of scope, so what I'll do is I'll just copy paste it here, and we'll just be able to see this. Okay, just give me a second. Equals to why it is showing equals to over here? Is it showing? Yeah, it is showing here. So we'll just try to run this and intercept it, and we'll see what kind of data it will show us now. If we do it, it is forwarded and it is showing that yes, 200. Okay, it is showing the same thing as we did it in the previous video, and it is showing 49. Look guys, that is basically a kind of SSTI, because when the thing that we have run is 7 into 7, it is running and it is getting executed as it is showing us the multiplied answer, that is 49, because 7 into 7 is 49. And if we have implemented 6 into 6 over there in the same way using that syntax expression, then we would have been able to see the 36 as well. So that's how SSTI works basically. And now what we have to do is, according to the statement, we have to just do is we have to delete the moral.txt from the car list home directory. And how do we do is that it is showing that in the message parameter in the URL as the follows, remembering to replace your lab ID with your own lab ID. Here it is showing us the okay, we have to encode that URL in the message. What we have to do is we have to put this particular message so that we'll be able to load that URL in the browser. Notice that in the place of message, the result of your mathematical operation is rendered on the page. In this case, the number is 49, and this indicates that we have a server-side template injection. So that means that's what I stated. So that's your choice, particularly if you want to just change it in your URL or you want to use Burp Suite for it. And I have shown you in the both ways that you can either use it in the URL or you can also use it in the particular Burp Suite. So without wasting my time over there, I'll just move on and I'll show you that from the Ruby documentation, discover the system method which can be used to execute arbitrary code. So what we have to do is we have to use this particular arbitrary code to delete the carless file. We have to delete the carless file and we'll use this rm means to remove, to delete that. So we'll just use this payload in particular message. You can say 25 plus system it is showing now. So we'll just directly use it and we'll just delete that file. And how we are going to do it, we are just going to use it in this particular thing. Just wait, I'll show you here. View details, and as it is showing this product ID, it will give us a message, a kind of message. And here instead of this message, what we are going to do is we are just going to control paste this and we'll be able to delete this from the system, because we have used the system and we have used the payload of you can say SSTI payload. And we can do is what we can just use this remove home of the carless moral.txt, and then what we'll do is we'll just click on do intercept. You can also do the changes onto that particular, what we say is in URL as well, but I am using Burp Suite right now so that you can get a huge hold of this particular thing. So I'll just forward it, and guys, we'll be able to see the okay answer. As you can see, it is okay, so we'll just forward it and we'll see it's true. It is showing us true. That means the command that we run to remove the file is done. And after forwarding it, if we're able to see that our lab is solved or not, we'll just see. I'll just see. Okay, let me just reload this page. As it is showing us true, that means the file that we deleted is already done. And here we are. The lab might be solved by now because we have already deleted it. Let me just do intercept off. Okay, intercept off. And now let's just see. Look, it is solved because because the file we have deleted is deleted and it have shown us the result and output as true. So I guess this is clear, guys, and you know how to solve these labs and how you can practice your web app hacking in a educational way as well as in a good manner. You can just go to PortSwigger Labs, and I guess I will be ending my module for this video in here only, and I'll be showing you others in the upcoming video session if you want me to, because we have to cover the CHV13 module as well, so I won't be wasting much of the time over these things. You can just practice, and this is how you basically perform the web app hacking. And there is a disclaimer, guys, please, a humble request that you just do it for the educational purpose only. Do not perform it for malicious content or malicious intent. And I hope you guys understood it, and if you have any kind of doubt, you can just ping me in the comment section. I'll get back to you. And also do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video if you like it, and also share it with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get a benefit out of it. And I hope to see you in the next video. Till the time, take care, guys. Bye bye. See you in the upcoming video. So bye, guys.